procedural matters, and unfortunately you have not.
Hello?
Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
To a grand jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
No, doing commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican, Praise Verbis Latino.
That's literally not true.
I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Is that correct?
Oh, for Trump's sake.
Good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Happy Friday! Made it all the way to the end of the week. Just awesome. There's some weeks we just don't think we're going to get here, but this week we did. So, good to have you here. Welcome. All right, let's see. Why am I up there? Gotta fix everything. Put everything right back where it belongs in the world. There we go. All right. Good morning. All right. Bite me, member for 39 months. OG. Buttercup sends hugs and butter sugars. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you. How do you spell sentencing? How do I spell sentencing? I think you see how I spell it. Clearly, my assistant made an error at some point, but I caught it. If you'd look, I've already corrected it. As soon as I saw it, Josh, I corrected it, and okay, I didn't do well at English. I think you guys know this. I didn't do well. I spell it the way I say it. Sentencing. Sentencing. All right, greeters, member for 35 months. I joined in Letitia Stout Trail, and now we've come full circle. Yes, it's been a bit of a trip. Greeners, thank you very much. One of our newest and wonderful mods. Thank you very much, Greeners. Good to have you back.
Hello.
Let's see, lurking with bad tinnitus today. Oh man, that's every day though. It never quits. Yeah, it's a joy. Mindy FS 777 for good luck. Welcome. Love the pink courthouse. You are in fact an OG. I appreciate that. Let's see. Anyone else? We've got MCAT, member for 38 months. I have trouble with that one too. RA, happy Friday. Thank you. It's a hard word. I should know it, but I don't apparently. Let's see. Someone write RA up. If it was a real job, he'd be fired already, says Ashley. That's the thing. I just need a boss. Just need a boss to make me do a better job. Shelby's case, sentencing for Shelby is Shelby Nealy is in about three and a half hours, I think. So it's going to be right before lunch, probably right around lunchtime. It is Splashdown Friday. Let me mention this, Cass. If you guys are following the Artemis 2, and you should, because it's epic, and mankind is doing wonderful, amazing things in space again. This crew, this amazing, daring crew, has accomplished something that nobody else has before. They've set some amazing records. And if you want to follow this, Trial TV Live is doing live splashdown coverage. And Trial TV Live, Chris and Aaron, I was actually on the phone with them last night, catching up with some stuff and planning for some things in the future. And they mentioned they were covering that. And I said, let me please give you a shout out for the channel for covering the Artemis Splashdown. So if you want to either watch both of us or just them, that's okay. Check them out. Trial TV Live, great coverage. They're wonderful. So, hello, Hanson. Please put chat on screen. Who said that? It looks like it came from me, but I didn't type it. It could be any one of the mods. They all have this power. 1:30 p.m. is the sentencing of Shelby Nealy. Thank you, Red Pen, for the exact time. R.A., your boss's name is Mrs. R.A. This is true. This is true, Gigi. Kim, R16, welcome. Thank you very much, Kim. You were first in chat this morning. We're going to punish you with a nice, healthy punishment for your promptness. Everything IP related worldwide is your responsibility. Boom, done. You are, in fact, the internet owner for the day. All right, are you covering it too? I'm not. This goes way back. On another channel, which I don't know if it even exists anymore, I got a copyright strike. Not a claim, a strike from NASA.
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?
From NASA. It took down my stream mid-coverage of a rocket launch that I was filming my kids. They were responding. They were narrating. They were talking about it, what they knew, learned. It was a kids' rocket educational experience, and I got a copyright strike. And everyone's saying that doesn't happen. NASA doesn't do it. It took the channel down. Boom, like that. It killed it. And so I'm a little gun shy. You don't want a NASA strike. It's bad. I'm a flat earther. Apparently, I said the wrong thing. Meg, my son is going on his fourth week of deployment. No idea where, but thankfully we had full trials. I need another. Keep him coming until he gets home. Yeah. NASA has anti-education. Yeah. Let's see. I don't remember his name. Shelby Nealy. What are they being sentenced for? He's the one that drove down to see his. He's the double murder one. He went down and killed. Let's see. He went down and killed his grandparents and then lived in their house for a little while. And he was digging a hole in the front yard to bury them. But then he just gave up and left and drove away. Do you remember him? Yeah. It could be a death penalty. It's a pretty serious thing. When was that NASA strike? Years ago, long before I started YouTube on here. Integrationing, a member for 36 months. My twins are 2 years old today. Beautiful and thriving. Thanks for all you do, RA mods. Well, hopefully your twins are on the list so we can sing to them. That would be wonderful. Let's see. Speaking of lists, let's take a look at the birthday list and see who we have to sing to today. Not who we have to sing to, but who we have that we get to sing to today. I can't remember. Is this the big RA? Is that when Big RA told you about baby RA? Lindsay. I don't remember what case we were watching when that happened. But NASA thing was long before that. Josh came in with the birthday list right on time as usual. Josh, thank you for this, and thank you to all the mods. The birthday list is a collaborative effort, and it does take a bit of work to put it together, so thank you. We have Danny, Ayden, Little Greeners. Hey, shout out Little Greeners. Maria, Michelle, Nadine Barb, Courtroom Door, Judd, Milo, and Penelope.
Happy birthday.
I think what happened is we've got, because it's the weekend, today's would be up through Nadine Barb. And then Courtroom Door, Judd, Milo, and Penelope are sometime over the weekend, possibly tomorrow. But we're going to sing to all of them today. So wherever you are, if it's legal and you're able, stand up, take a deep breath, shoulders back, project your voice to the back of the room, blend your voice with a neighbor, and warm up with me if you will. La 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 la. We still got it. All right, we're going to sing happy birthday to these wonderful folks so they can party all weekend long. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Danny, Ayden, Little Greeners, Maria, Michelle, and Nadine Barb. Happy birthday to you. Okay, next verse, we're going to do Courtroom Door, Judd, Milo, and Penelope. Little interlude to get your wiggles out. Nadine and Barb are two different people. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Courtroom Door, Judd, Milo, and Penelope. Happy birthday to you. So happy birthday to Danny, Eden, Lil Greeners, Maria, Michelle, Nadine, Barb, Courtroom Door, Judd, Milo, and Penelope. You wonderful people, there are many wonderful days, but today is your special day, and I realize there are a million places you could have been and a million people you could have been with. You chose to be here with us. The privilege, the pleasure, the honor, the joy is ours. Hopefully we can turn that joy back to you, make your day just a little more special, or begin by helping yourself with some free pancakes at Denny's, IHOP Village Inn, Waffle House, McDonald's, Tammy Dunlap's house, Andy's Grill, Bob Evans, and Cracker Barrel. Woo! There we go. Nadine and Barb. Okay. You know, Red Pen, the importance of a comma. It cannot be overstated. Cannot be overstated. So I've got Danny, Eden, Lil Greeners, Maria, Michelle, Nadine, Barb, Courtroom Door, Judd, Milo, and Penelope. Is that right? Did I do it correctly? Great air drum solo there for the finish, as usual. Thank you, 80s Music Man. I heard your snappy snare. It carried from all the way up there. What do you get for free if it's your birthday in the UK? Tea and crumpets? I don't know. I don't know what do they give away at the restaurants when it's your birthday? A pint? A free pint? A pint of Newcastle brown ale. I think no. What would it be? A biscuit, maybe. A biscuit. Beans on toast. I give up. What do you get? Bangers and mash. There you go. Bangers and mash. All right, how's the shoulder today? Remarkably better. Going to the doctor yesterday. I said, look, the drugs are a no-go for me. Okay, the hallucinations are just too weird. I've got to be done with that. I've got to be able to drive. In this segment, Ari offends a whole country. But it's one I love, so they know that. Let's see. We had went to the doctor the other day, right? And I said I can't do the drugs. The hallucinations are just way too much for me. We got to not do that anymore. And he doesn't want to go all the way up to acupuncture yet. He says that's more invasive. I'm like, well, I'm cool with not being a pincushion. So I said the only thing that really helps is when you do the chiropractic adjustment on my neck, because he's a doctor and a chiropractor and an acupuncturist. He's licensed in all these. I think he's the only person in the state of North Carolina that can do all the treatments that he offers. And did the doctor pretzel you? Yes. That's when you lay on your side, you pull one knee up to your chest and then one arm across your body, and they once you're tied in a knot, he just body slams you full on, jumps off the ground and bam. Anyway, so yes, he did that. So I said the only thing that helps is when you adjust my neck, and that's instant relief on the nerves. And so he's like, all right, here we go. And man, did he adjust the neck. He puts you in a position. It's yeah, that's about as far as I can go. And he's like, all right, hold it right there. Big breath in and out. And when you breathe out, he has you breathe out so you don't scream. So there's no air left in your lungs to go when it hurts so bad and you're shocked by the fact that he just almost snapped your head off. Just anyway, I feel better. It works. It's a whole lot of trust. Yeah, it must look funny, but it works. All right, Shelly Small, thanks for gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. You can just set them down. I've actually got a bunch in here already. You can set them right there for me. Appreciate that. My son brought me water, and I didn't even ask. You're amazing. Thank you. All right. That being said, I'm feeling a lot better. I don't think you'll get requests. Your buffer has already been ignored. What was the buffer? Where's the buffer? Please check text, please, for a special ask from your bestie. Aha. I have a message to pass on. So all of y'all, everyone, hey, even you, if you can hear me, stop what you're doing. Turn to face the sound of my voice. Disregard all other distractions. This message specifically is for Denise's grandson, Carter. Hey, Carter, listen, just want to let you know, from me and also from Denise, thank you for being such a big help preparing for the anniversary party tomorrow. And thanks for loving it when Denise watches us. So Scott is his best friend. Carter's 13. Carter, my friend. 13's a great year. It's a great age. The world is your oyster at 13. You can be anything you want to be, and you don't have to make any big decisions. I hope you do enjoy it. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for being such a helpful kid, and welcome, Carter. You rock. Look at that. Everyone in chat recognizes that. You just pulled me back from another tab. I'm sorry, Laura. You're watching Artemis 2, and you're like, wait, something's happening over on Recovery Addict's channel. I need to pay attention. Carter, thank you.
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?
Carter, you got balloons and claps and everything. Those are all for you, Carter. What a good kid. Keep up the good work. You're going to go far in life. All right. Speaking of being here and watching court, let's do some of that because that's what you came for. And let's go to Simpson, shall we? I'm feeling in a Judge Simpson mood today.
Mask down, but to state your name for the record, please.
Israel Diego Guerra.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this time the people are unable to proceed.
Defense would move the court to dismiss, Your Honor.
People being unable to proceed, these cases dismissed. That's without prejudice on defendant's motion.
I wish we had more knowledge about these cases. Why are the people unable
Court
to
calls
proceed?
case People versus Jacob Grammatico.
Your Honor, ready to speak?
And good morning, Your Honor. Joseph Hall, appearing for and on behalf of Mr. Grammatico, who is approaching.
Slowly. Take your time, sir. We've got all day.
And Mr. Grammatico, once you're here, if you could state your name for the record, please.
Jacob Grammatico.
Your Honor, this time the people are unable to proceed.
Defense would move the court to dismiss here.
People being unable to proceed, this case is dismissed. That's on defendant's motion without prejudice.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is that it for you?
That is, Judge.
Wow. No? Good seeing you, sir. Court calls the case People versus Caleb Kisham.
Your Honor, ready the people?
I also want to know if these cases are brought back later.
David I. Goldstein, appearing on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Kisham this morning. He put Monday's date in his calendar, but he didn't put today's date in his calendar. He's on a job site and cannot get here this morning. And as my knowledge, this is the first time he has failed to appear.
Bench warrant.
So I'm asking we consider an adjournment in this matter.
Your Honor, the people were able to proceed this morning. The victim did appear. We have since excused him once we learned the defendant would not be here. I would leave it to the court's discretion. Bench warrant or return.
Let me add one additional thing, Your Honor. An offer was made today for the first time in this case, which obviously we would have had to discuss.
You going to take that offer? I mean, I'm not carrying this over because he forgot to put it in. I gave 2 dates and everybody else remembered them.
All I can do is represent what I know to be true, Your Honor. As far as taking the offer is concerned, he doesn't even know the offer because I haven't discussed it with him yet.
You might luck out
here. I'll be here pretty much the rest of the day. I don't know how long Mr. Cook's going to be here. If he can get here, he can get here, but I'm not.
Well, I already said that to him when I spoke to him, and he said he's on a job site and can't get here.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set to amount of $10,000. Cash as surety. I won't issue the warrant until Monday, 13th.
Right, thank you, Your Honor.
He's got to get here. And then there will be
case
continuance.
People versus Kareem Omar.
Your Honor, Raymond Cook for the people.
Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Omar. State your name, please.
Kareem Omar.
Okay. This is the date and time set with Nelson Conference, and people are able to proceed. It was offer extended to the plead under 7694A. My understanding that offer has been declined. This is Ms. Denda's case. I can't represent that all. Continue past.
Waiver.
So I was about to say.
All right. Sir, you signed this waiver of trial by jury?
I do, yes.
Pardon?
Yes, Your Honor.
You did? Okay. And you understand that you have a constitutional right to have this matter tried before a jury?
Barbara talked about it this morning.
And by signing this form, you're waiving
and it's in the title.
Your Honor.
All right. People also waive their right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Based upon the statement of counsel and defendant, court will consent to have the matter tried before without a jury. Non-jury trial in this matter will be set for
April 29th.
Oh, I thought this was the 27th.
Oh, I'm sorry. April 27th.
Thank you.
April 27th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bob, we'll continue.
Thank you.
Court calls case People versus Ontario Robinson.
Morning, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with on behalf of Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson, can you please state your name for the court?
Ontario Robinson.
Anytime set for final settlement. Well, it may be also considered sort of an adjourned motion hearing. This is the case where the law firm charged with necessary witness is quite unavailable. I have not been able to maintain contact with him since the last time over a month ago that we were able to establish contact. I don't know if he's going to be available in the near future. This has already been adjourned at least once on the people's request. I don't believe I can in good faith ask for another adjournment. I would just represent that when that trooper does become available, he would likely reauthorize the case if it were to be dismissed.
All right.
I understand that, Your Honor. It's just been like 5 months, so we would still move to dismiss.
At this time, because of those reasons, people are unable to proceed. You're moving to dismiss.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This case could be brought back. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, and have a great day.
Same. Court calls the case of the People versus Christopher Seelig.
Morning, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Your Honor, Exhibitor on behalf of Christopher Seelig, who is making his way to the podium now.
Your name, sir?
Christopher Seelig.
Your Honor, this is unable to proceed.
Your Honor, I would make a motion to dismiss on behalf of defendant.
People being unable to proceed, this case is dismissed. That is without prejudice.
Thank you very much, Your
I
Honor.
don't like podiums, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of People versus Aaron Bucko.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Ron Brown appearing on behalf of Mr. Bucko, Your Honor.
Aaron Bucko.
All right, I have before me a plea form. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The defendant in this case is going to be pleading guilty to the charge of operating while visibly impaired, and that's the added count 2. Upon a successful plea to that charge, count 1 would then be dismissed. That's the court's full understanding of the right?
That's correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. May I have him sworn?
Right here. You sound from the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yeah. State your name, please. Aaron Bucko.
Sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading charge of operating while in. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail, up to a $300 fine plus court costs. Court will order any rehabilitative services or community service the court deems necessary. Could order your vehicle immobilized. Could order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency government. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Understanding that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
To that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind?
Yes, sir.
Signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yep.
Any questions regarding any of those rights?
No.
Please look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights that are contained on that form.
Yep.
Yes. You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plea?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
Sir.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will? And also because you believe that you're guilty of this offense? September 7th, 2025, the location of Glencoe Hills Drive, Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. Were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
All right. Prior to operating that motor vehicle, did you consume intoxicating liquor? What'd you have and how much?
That I'm not exactly sure.
0.223 were.
Yeah.
Were you stopped by the police or was there an accident?
He's passed out behind the wheel, but
Yeah.
the engine running, so he was operating technically.
So is that correct, sir? Yes, sir. All right, and the police did arrive? Yes, sir. And you were arrested? You were taken to the hospital for a blood draw? Yes, sir. And the blood draw netted results that your counsel just indicated? All right. You don't have any reason to dispute those blood test results, do you? No, sir. Take everything into consideration on that date and at that time. Do you believe that your ability to operate that motor vehicle was visibly impaired due to your consumption of alcohol? Yes, sir. All right. Counsel, I do have to advise you, sir, between the time I accept your plea and the time of sentencing, if you commit misconduct as defined by the Michigan court rule, you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation recommendation. You understand that, sir? Yes, sir. Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which led to this plea?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
And have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Defendant's referred to Von Schwartz for alcohol screening and assessment and the victim's impact panel. Sentencing in this matter will be
April 29th at 12 noon.
April 29th, 2026, 12 noon. Bond will continue, sir. Stop down at my probation department before you leave the building and get it started.
And make sure you give them this so they know you.
Court calls case People versus Frank Hearn.
Conrad Silver on behalf of Smithfield Township.
3 doors down.
Frank Hearn.
Okay, we're gonna jump from this just for a minute, as they're going through the motions of mostly dismissing cases that the state is not really able to proceed on. Yesterday, something significant happened in a courtroom that we know and love, and it involves Judge Middleton. Judge Middleton is completing his last year on the bench, and then he's going to go back to whatever he wants to do after this, because he's pretty much done working. This is his retirement, and before he could retire, he his courtroom retired before he did. I don't know how else to say that. The room, and I'll show you this really quickly. Let me jump over to, I think we're on 6 for this one. Okay. There we go. This is the courtroom we know and love with the chalkboard and everything. This was yesterday. We've got 2 short little videos, take about 15, 20 minutes. But he sort of spells it out for all of us about what's happening and gives a little history as well. So let's give it a listen really quickly. This is how he started the live stream.
Good morning. Sorry about the glitch. Today is April the 9th, 2026. We have a beautiful day here in Michigan. And it's our last day here in this courtroom. I have to turn off the reverb here in a minute. This courthouse was opened in 1976, I believe. Maybe that. And as I said yesterday, I arrived here in May of 1980, and Jeanette Jackson came in February of 1980. Excuse me, about to sneeze. And I've appeared in this courtroom as a prosecutor hundreds and hundreds of times, and as a judge for a long time, 23 and a half years. I was sometime in the other courtroom. Think about the judges that preceded me. Judge McManus, who was the first judge ever to preside in this court. He was here from about 1970 to 2002, which is a long tenure. Judge Welty was here, I think, for 3 terms from 1990 to 2008. Then Judge Pattison came. There have been thousands and thousands of people through this courtroom as defendants, as witnesses, as jurors, police officers, attorneys, thousands of attorneys have appeared in this courtroom, hundreds anyway. Dozens of people have scratched out a map on that funky little blackboard over there. We're going to lose that. We won't have it in the next courtroom. This is the courtroom where Mean Gene Shepherd bit Mark Brooks's ear off. It's the courtroom where Jim Borchter fell out of the chair when it rolled away from behind him. It's the courtroom where Judge McManus got very angry at Trooper Jim Bedell, and hundreds of other things have taken place in here. Tears, lots of tears. Small children have testified. Battered spouses have testified. Thousands of drunk driving defendants have been through here. And the work remains. So the hope is they're going to refurbish this. It is more than 55 years old. It is pretty shabby, unglamorous, but stayed and serviceable. As you heard, the pipes are cracked. There's some serious renovation that needs to be done. So it's the time that it's going to happen. As I said, I hope that I had lasted long enough to be gone before it happened, but I get to be a part of this. So I'm gonna have to move everything out of my office. My friend Matt Davidson stopped by last night while I was out working in the yard, and he said, it's like you're moving into assisted living. You've lived all your life in your house. It's time to downsize and move out of your house and get rid of things. So we've certainly got rid of lots of things. So is the staff. And so things stay the same, but things change. And it's time for a change. And in January, there'll be a new judge in my seat. Judge Pattison and I will both be on the third floor of the historic court building. And the cases will continue. New lawyers will appear, new defendants will appear, new tears will be shed, new laughs will be shared. So it's time. And I guess I have the privilege of closing this one and opening the next one. So if you look around, it's a big giant mess around here, but I'm gonna miss some of it because I'm leaving tomorrow and I will be gone until Tuesday, the 21st. And then I'll see what's in store. Presumably everything will be starting on Monday on the other side. There's drywallers, there's construction stuff, there's porta-johns, there's boxes of stuff, there's people moving things, there's shredders, there's hammer drills, a lot going on. So I'm gonna take a break from it for about 10 days. My friend Kelly is here. She's come to visit me on my last day. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
She has a very busy schedule, so it's nice of her to come. As long as she's here, we might find something to rein her on or see if she owes any money on past fines and costs. We'll check that out. Yesterday's first song was the Beatles, Two of Us, which is a song that makes you smile. Most of you knew it. Today's a nostalgic day. So I thought, well, what's a nostalgic song? I guess there isn't any more nostalgic one than this. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how the music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance. And maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I'd deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. That one's just stuck in my brain from 1972. Everybody knows what it is. Listen to that today and smile, and we'll have a little shared moment of nostalgia, and tomorrow we'll just keep on going. I do have a busy day today. I have a full spate of arraignments. Judge Patterson's courtroom is shut down. Judge Stutzman's courtroom is shut down. So I'm it. We have arraignments, we have a bond violation at 9:30, and we have a full boat of last pretrials this afternoon. Hope to accomplish some settlements with those cases, and then a late afternoon plea. We also may have a walk-in from somebody that failed to appear. So we will have a busy last day, and the court is actually closed down today. We got permission from the Supreme Court to close our offices because they're all moving too. They don't have as much junk as I do. I have a full office and 47 years worth of time to accumulate things, but all the staff has got to move their stuff also. So we'll see who we have to arraign here in just a moment. Thanks for coming in on this funny April 9th day. Probably somebody's birthday today.
It is my great-grandson's birthday.
Well, congratulations and happy birthday to him. Was it on the radio this morning?
I don't know, but I did have a trespassing event I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
My 92-year-old mother called this morning and she had a trespasser in the house, so I couldn't get here any sooner. I was with her. But luckily, I had 2 mouse traps I had to take to her. So she is all set.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
there was a case in Judge Tomlinson's courtroom upstairs. Tom Robertson was still here, and so was Judge Tomlinson. And they had an elderly woman there with dementia, and she was there under a conservatorship. And she was sitting there, and Judge Tomlinson was there, and all of a sudden the lady went, "A mouse, a mouse, a mouse." And they thought she was demented. Lo and behold, there was a mouse. There was a little hole in the corner of his bench, and there was a mouse in there.
I could make you laugh today.
So, yes, you have to laugh because life's too short and there's a lot of tragedy and heartache, but there's also a lot to laugh about. And if you couldn't laugh about it, then what's the point?
Are you going to make it to Rotary?
I am.
Good.
We'll see. As I said, I have a lot of customers lined up outside. They don't know it's the last day, although anybody that walks in here can tell it's a construction zone. And speaking of which, you had to go through this process to close your longtime office down and move it all?
I know how I felt after 16 years being in one location. I can't imagine what you must be feeling today, and I just had to be here for you.
Well, thank you. I'm not gone yet, but it's time to move. And it's just as well. I have to move anyway.
Yeah.
So it makes me do it in April rather than next December, trying to get rid of all this stuff. So we're pre-downsizing, Swedish death cleaning.
Swedish death cleaning. What is that? Did he say next December? Or is it this
So
December?
I have pictures from in here. We had our 50th anniversary celebration for the court. We had Judge McManus's eulogy in here. We've had a number of Liberty Bell Award ceremonies in here. And as I said, hundreds of jury trials. Well, I don't know. We haven't tried many jury trials in the past. I tried 107 felony jury trials as a prosecutor, and I don't know how many misdemeanor jury trials, but they haven't tried 170 felony trials altogether since I left, but it's a different world we live in. We used to try things like stealing a lawnmower out of a garage, or less serious things would actually go to jury trial. All right, well, now we're just waiting for customers. So this leads me to believe that Mr. Stickley is there. He tries to try to round them up. Look at that, or nobody showed up but Kelly.
Well, can I mention the Better Place room?
Yes.
So we have some very dear friends who have contributed to our new building, and they did it in your name. And the conference room is named after the fund that they created, called the Better Place Fund. Our conference room is the Better Place, and we named it after you, in honor of you. So you need to come out and see your room in our building.
That's cool.
Okay. All right, well, that is very kind. Kelly, I'm not sure how well that picked up with the mics, but they built a new, she calls it a barn dominium, but a large office complex with barn space for their equipment and their vehicles. And it's a very nice facility on Schimmel Road near the Glen Community College and ISD. And our friends from California who've been so very supportive contributed to that and set up a fund called the Better Place Fund. And I'm very humbled by that, because our goal really is to try to make this a better place. We can't certainly fix the world. We can try to make things better in our own backyard. So that's what we're doing by several different methods. And the United Way for St. Joseph County certainly makes this a better place. All right, here's the distinguished Mr. Stickley.
Sorry, we don't know how to find everybody. Just go have a seat over there, guys.
All right.
So we ended that one. Then we're going to go back and see. There's one more. Let's see if I can see this. There's one more short. This one right here. Let me go back up. I want to watch him do his hair. It's cute. So he might be, I'll have to do a song thing. He might be next December. Is that what I'm hearing? So he has a year and a half left. He's moving courtrooms right now. He's actually off the air until the 21st of April. So he's got a week or two off. And then he is retiring. I mean, that date is coming, and I believe it's a statutory requirement, meaning that he's aged out of being a judge. There's a law that says after you turn this age, you can no longer serve as a judge. And he's hitting that age, whatever it is. December 2026. I thought he said next December. I'm like, I would love it if we had another year with him. But is RA audio low? Yeah, I turned it down just a little bit. My wife tells me I listen to things too.
All right, we're going to do a little brief sign off here. Thank you all. Hello, Mr. Lone Wolf. I see your channel from time to time. And others who are watching this. This will be the last live stream from this courtroom. We just took the last plea. As I indicated this morning, this courtroom opened about 1976 or 77. I get my days of years mixed up. When I first came here at the county in 1978, everything still smelled like new paint and new wood. Well, a lot of people have passed through here in the intervening almost 60 years. And it's time for an upgrade, a time for a refresh. And although we like things to be constant, they don't always remain constant. So we're going to be relocating. It isn't really terrible. We're going to be live streaming when I see everybody next from the historic circuit courtroom and the historic side of the St. Joseph County Courthouse. I have a nice corner office with windows that actually open. I don't consider it to be my office. I'm just warming the space for the judge that succeeds me. But it has been a privilege to practice in here. Lots of memories were made in here. I spoke of some of them this morning. So by the time anyone else does come to visit, this courtroom is going to be demolished. And that makes me sad, but it will be refurbished. And then in a nearly same configuration, it will have new bench, new walls, new carpeting. It will be new and perhaps last another 60 years. So that is not like they're tearing it down. And everything in here is certainly anachronistic. It's like from the 70s, and I guess so am I. So we'll say what I said this morning. The three men I admire most, they caught the last train for the coast. That would be the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So we'll see you when we come back in a new setting, at least for the next 8 months. And I wish everybody the best. We'll be back on the 21st.
Awesome. A big shout out to Judge Middleton, as he's sort of like he's retiring before he retires, right? This is his practice retirement. He's moving offices. But what a sentimental moment for him. Sloth Life says, this is so nice to hear. In a week of new adventures for me, the drugs, antidepressants for anxiety, the drugs on drugs. I've had to employ someone to help out with them as they are too attached to each other. My phone is dying. One new one on the way. Oh, wow. Soft Life. Hang in there. You're doing great. You're amazing. Thank you very much for the joy you bring here to all of us on the channel. I want to hear some of the judge's stories. Somebody got their ear bitten off in his courtroom, and that sounds like the other judge getting mad at a lawyer or a police officer or something. That was probably something that would be fun to watch or relive. New phone day will be amazing. New phone day is wonderful. I have a new phone day about every 4 years. Let's see. We have some other courts we can jump to while we're waiting for the Shelby Nealy sentencing, which is going to happen in about 2 or 3 hours. Well, about 3 hours, I think. Let's try 7, shall we?
It's page 2.
Page
2. Judge. Let me review. Oh, she was NBC and she refused today. It's 2 NBCs and 1 refusal. You want me to reset it?
One more time, please.
Okay. Reset for the afternoon.
We're waiting for Judge McBurney to walk in too. He's keep an eye on his courtroom. He's away from his bench. Oops,
Page
he's
3.
right here.
Left. Do you speak English?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I will appoint the public defender's office for you.
Shelby Nealy. Shelby Nealy was didn't he kill his girlfriend and bury her in the backyard and sort of got away with it, and then like moved down to Texas or moved down to Florida to visit the grandparents and killed them, and left them in the house and lived in there for a little while with his daughter or something, feeding the daughter McDonald's nuggets, and yeah, Yeah, he moved off to the in-laws to hide killing his wife. I think that's how it went. That's how it went down. And he wrote a novel, I think. We did watch his trial. Yes. He was the guy who ate all the McDonald's chicken nuggets to get more protein to move the bodies. Yes, he was going to bulk up on McDonald's food because he couldn't move the bodies. So his plan was to just live there until he was strong enough to move them. He ate pizza. The kid ate McDonald's. And the one lady who left the review for his book testified, yes. Just wild. Oh, my goodness, that was crazy.
Okay.
That
Had a
the
chance
jury
to review
recommended the death
arrest
penalty.
affidavit. There's probable cause for child neglect. Ma'am, do you know where child neglect is?
It's with DCF. I saw court camera yesterday.
So ma'am, I'm entering, you want me to supervise the home?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna order that you
Was a
can
different
only
one.
have supervised contact with your child, subject to what is ordered in the dependency court, and I'll read that in a minute. So you can only have supervised contact with the child. You cannot be physically threatening or violent towards this child in any manner whatsoever. The child whose initials are LH. And do not engage in any criminal activity. Do not use or possess illegal drugs. Do not use, purchase, possess, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, and any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department and file a receipt with the court. And in the event there's an open case in dependency court arising from the same set of facts and events as this case, then any and all orders entered in dependency court regarding your contact, visitation, and custody shall supersede or replace this court's order. So what that means is whatever they say in dependency court about you having contact with your child will take precedence over this criminal court order where I say only supervised contact. Okay? You understand? Right now, you got to get it together and figure out how it was inadequate supervision. There's probable cause. They're probably going to offer you some services, and it sounds like you can use them. Anyway, I'll give her pretrial services, alternate bond, $2,500. Have a good day.
Well, she's not going to have a good day, but she does need to get her affairs in order and to get straight for those kids. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Mrs. Uri.
Can we bring this big bin in here? Because we're going to put the China hut chair now.
Yeah. Are the packages here? Oh. All right, so let's see. We've got some more court we can go to. Possibly this one here.
Show cause hearings. I'm going to give you $150 credit from Potter County. That's down to $867. Do you have someone that's going to pay that for you today?
I could talk to my mom or my brother.
Oh, you think they'll help you with that?
With 867, yes, ma'am. I'm pretty sure they could.
Okay, all right. So then I'm going to state that you're not indigent. You failed to make a good faith effort. You have to come in and talk to us. You owe $867, so that can be paid at the Randall County Jail, or they can come up here first and pay it if it's during business hours. So it's $867. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yeah, I kind of, but I don't think it'll be like good one. Like, could some of the tickets be worked off like with like community service hours?
I don't think you're indigent and you haven't made a good faith effort. We haven't seen you and we had to arrest you to even get you to take care of it. So at this point, $867 needs to be paid. You do get $150 per 24 hours. You have today's credit already, so $867, okay?
And from Potter as well?
Yeah, we gave you the appropriate credit. Okay?
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
So you
All
could
right,
serve another
all right.
week
You
and
may
be
go back to your pod.
done
Thank
with your
you.
done with your tickets, done with your fines.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, ma'am. This right here, sir?
Shelly, that's hard. That's really hard.
Please state your full name, sir.
David Joseph Mitchell.
Mr. Mitchell, you are in no position to be giving anybody legal advice, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're wearing the same outfit that they're all wearing, so probably
ma'am.
not the best person to give advice to, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In fact, you have a higher charge, so when I'm talking to somebody, I know you probably were trying to help, but boy, not your position, is it?
No, ma'am.
Because you need to help yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
You failed to appear at court twice. You have, these have gone to warrant twice.
Yes, ma'am. I was in the hospital for 4 months with back surgery.
Okay, and then when you got out, why didn't you talk to us?
Well, for a month when I got out, I was recuperating.
Well, you could appear virtually, sir.
Yeah.
Nope. He's
So-
like, nope.
It was pretty tough. This is what happened.
Yeah, that looks terrible.
Yes, ma'am. It
Sir,
was.
you're out driving around last night.
Did he just show?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a job, Mr. Mitchell?
Well, I'm 71 years old. I receive Social Security.
Okay, how much do you receive a month, sir?
It's right at $900, and it pays my housing and my food. But it's not very much to live on.
Right, and sir, do you live with anybody?
Currently, I was living with a friend, and now I'm living with another friend at the Jim Lake Road Apartments.
Okay, do you receive any type of government assistance, Mr. Mitchell?
Just the Social Security.
Okay, so no food stamps or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you were arrested in January of 2025 and requested to show up for court and you didn't do it. Can you tell me why?
Yes, ma'am. I was. Believe it or not, I've been in the hospital at that time. Now I got out
Obviously.
in March, April, May. Well, it was just after Good Friday of last year.
Well, sir, you were arrested in January and told to appear of last year.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
you had to do
I
was
went
show
to-
up.
Well, I went to the hospital, and I was in the hospital for 4 months.
What's going to happen with your higher charge? Do you have a bond on that?
No, ma'am.
Not
No,
yet.
no continuing, no contest.
Well, sir, you've failed to appear twice. Warrants have been issued twice. You only show up when you're arrested. You've been arrested on these twice. So at this point, sir, you failed to make a good faith effort.
Well, ma'am, I was sick. I was sick 2 to 3 different times. I'm okay. I'm okay now.
Yes, sir. I know you're out driving around last night.
Well,
You
okay.
haven't come in voluntarily, sir, and we keep
Well,
asking you to do that, and you have trouble
Well-
with it.
Well, if you give me one more chance, I can prove that I'll be all right.
Well, sir, at this point, that would be 3 different chances, and so we're probably done with that, okay? You owe $1,206. I'm gonna give you $150 jail credit, brings it down to $1,056. Do you have someone that can pay that for you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well then you will get $150 per 24 hours. I don't think you're indigent. You do not receive any type of government assistance.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's down to $1,056.
Okay.
Do you have any questions or concerns for me, Mr. Mitchell?
Just want to know how much per day would that give me?
That's $150 per 24 hours. So do you want me to do the math on that? Is that what you need?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Of course. So it looks like it's a little over 7 days more, sir.
I'm sorry.
7 days added on to today's date.
Okay.
All right, so it looks like the 17th is when you'll get out. Any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, if there is anything I didn't ask you, you feel that's important that I know, don't hesitate to reach out. We do review our correspondence, okay?
Okay.
All right, don't give anybody any jail advice while you're there. You're not a lawyer. Don't act like one, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mitchell. You may go back to your file.
Yes, ma'am.
No jailhouse advice. You can't be giving that free jailhouse advice out to anybody. Oh man. Let's see. Let's see who else we have while we're waiting for Shelby Nealy to start. Which courtroom is Brantley Clark in? Is he in 33rd? Let's see if he's up and about. Oh, 33rd, that's a different one. Thinking the standing judge. Who's the standing judge name? Off the top of my head, I cannot remember. He cusses a little bit. Nealy's supposed to start at 1:30. Hang on a second, I need to plug in the phone. Hey, this is RA. Who's on the phone?
This is Becky.
Hey, Becky, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Could we take a minute to talk about yesterday's verdict?
Yes. What would you like to say?
I would like to know what it means that they gave him a lesser included because of mental status. Is that what I understand?
You're going to get me riled up a little bit, Becky, because I'm so frustrated with the verdict. It's unbelievable.
I am too.
I listened to a juror who spoke out about their decision, and I just about screamed through all of it. It was so wrong. What I got from that interview, interview is that the jury basically said, well, she said he attacked her, and he said she attacked him, so that evens out. So it's one on each side, and then clearly they were there on the hike, together. Must have been working on their marriage. They must have had some stress, so that would be extreme emotional. Emotional. That the EMED comes in. So if there's EMED, then it's manslaughter, because somebody hit someone. Honestly, that jury would have convicted Ariel if they had the opportunity.
I believe you.
And it floored me. Oh my goodness. It was terrible.
Well, does that mean when the judge sentenced him, will he get some sort of emotional help, or will it be jail time?
Oh, it's just jail time. EMED doesn't mean anything. It's just basically saying that the situation you are in when you committed the crime has a element that was present that would have made it more difficult for you to make a rational decision, right? Say for instance, if you caught your spouse having an affair, like in the act with somebody, and you acted out and attacked that other person, that you might be able to have a defense because of the heat of passion. That's a defense, and this EMED is one of those defenses. It sort of means it's a lesser culpability because of the situation. And they just said, it was clear they were struggling with their marriage, and that's really heavy emotionally to handle that, and so we went with EMED.
Well, am I the only one that does not believe she had an affair?
No.
This emotional affair thing that he put upon her really, really bothers me. She said they were flirty texts, and maybe that was wrong, but I don't think it was an affair.
Yeah. The only testimony we have that supports the idea that she had an affair comes from him. That's all we have. Even the fact that parts were deleted of the text messages comes from him. And we also know that he just flat out lied about stuff.
Yeah.
So
although I don't get the verdict, I just don't get it.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was a terrible verdict, and it's like the jury didn't understand. Like part of it they didn't understand, and part of it they just maybe were not competent to think. You've got to be able to think to be on a jury, and I don't like berating the jury very much. We like to stand by their decisions, but the way if it went down the way that juror explained it in that jury room, that was wrong. That's a miscarriage of justice.
Well, they took 8 hours to figure that out.
Yeah, and a lot of Post-it notes and whiteboards and everything. Like that makes it better. No, it didn't. It didn't make it better.
So now he's going to get sentenced up to 20 years. Is that what I understand?
I think it could be up to 20 years. It might also. I've also heard that it could be up to 10, and he'll get credit for time served, which is 3. So he could be out in 7 or sooner, if there's not a minimum mandatory service time and out on good behavior. The parole board, the way it works in Hawaii, basically they can call you up at any time and release you if you're eligible for parole at some point. So we sort of have to hear the judge ruling and hear how that comes down. But it's a much lighter sentence than I think the one he deserved.
Yeah. Well, thank you for explaining all that to me, because I've been mulling about it since last night.
I've been trying not to think about it because there's nothing I can do to fix it, and it's just so frustrating. That was rough. I was very disappointed. I like to give the jury the benefit of the doubt, right? That they're doing the right thing, that they're thinking it through, and the decision they come to is the right and just one. But I watched that and I said, this jury, had they had the option, they would have given the same punishment to her.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. And
they believed it was equal between them, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. They didn't discredit him for lying. They didn't look at the facts and say both these things cannot exist at the same time. They didn't look at the evidence and say one of them has to be lying. They basically said, well, they each said the other person did something, so that's even. And we know that the marriage was struggling, so that's emotionally heavy, and that's the emotional support. Oh my goodness, EMED, second-degree attempted manslaughter.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Anyway.
Oh well.
Becky, thanks for letting me vent a little bit. I'm gonna try not to think about it anymore.
With me, because I really needed help understanding it, and I was fuming when it happened, so I thought just take a couple hours and calm down. But I was still thinking about it today, and I thought I'm going to call Scott and have him explain it to me so I'm not fuming.
Yeah. His attorney says they'll appeal. I don't think they will. There's no way. That was the best. I realize there are a couple lighter options that were available as far as just assault on lesser includeds, where they could have gotten a lighter sentence, but you're talking the difference of a couple months difference in jail. The odds of him getting that same verdict. First of all, I put more faith in Hawaii than most, I guess. The odds of them getting another jury that would do this same thing, I hope, would be very, very low. I don't think they'll appeal. I think they got the best possible outcome they could hope for on the defense side.
Well, his lawyers sure thought so. He was grinning and shaking his head yes the whole time.
Oh yeah. That was a win for him. Defense lawyer Otaki, he was nodding. He's like, "Yep, nailed it." And the worst part about it, and I've said this before in other cases, the worst part about it is I think Otaki thinks that it was because of how he performed in the case. I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think it was in spite of how he performed in the case. The jury messed up.
He really believed in himself. He's just full of it.
Now, next case, he's going to double down and do more of the same because he knows it worked. So it's.
I hope he gets a judge that reprimands him for being so telling everybody what to do, and that's not allowed, and there's no rule for that. That's just uncalled for.
Yeah, I agree. Becky, thank you very much. I probably should have addressed that in the moment when it happened, but I was so frustrated with the verdict I didn't even stick around for the press conference afterwards. I just like
No, I didn't either.
I could not. I'm like, I cannot believe this. I was going to say some things I know I wouldn't be able to take back, so I need to step away. But
Well, thank you for sharing what the juror said. I hadn't heard that, so I appreciate it.
I think if you want to watch the whole jury interview, Nate Ayden, I think, has the whole interview with the juror.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
And it's like a raw, uncut. You know, she spells her name, everything. And that's one point. She's like, "Oh, can I say that? Can I start over?" And they're like, "Yeah, start over." It's not edited. It's just raw, everything. But you can hear the questions, the answers very clearly. And if this woman is accurately representing how the entire jury was, first of all, I'm floored. But the fact they came back with that verdict, I have to believe that she's right. That's how they actually thought, and it's just terrible. Anyway, Becky, thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. That's a great question, Becky. Thanks for making the call. All right, let's see. Where can we go? We were saying we're going to go to Judge Oakley, right? Let's see if we can find Judge Oakley if he's live. Let's go back to this one while I look for Oakley first, though.
Also, then the offender tried to grab the victim. The victim pushed him away.
El acusado intentó agarrar a la víctima y la víctima lo empujó.
Then he punched him in the face. There's probable cause for burglary with an assault or battery.
Entonces le dio un puñetazo en la cabeza. Hay motivos fundados para allanamiento y agresión física.
Stay away from the alleged victim whose initials are MC.
Permanezca alejado. Hay una orden de alejamiento. Tiene que permanecer alejado de la víctima cuyas iniciales son MC.
Or actually would it just be a battery? He's sitting on the front porch.
He broke the curtilage to get up there. They made clear that I'm pretty sure that he went under the overhang. The front porch is covered by a roof and is part of the dwelling.
Bueno, la juez está preguntando a la fiscalía si solamente fue agresión y no agresión física, y la fiscalía está explicando las circunstancias en que se dieron.
Stay away from that victim and stay away from the victim's home, school, stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, his home, school, and place of employment.
Tiene que permanecer alejado en todo momento, mínimamente a 500 pies de la víctima, de su residencia, del lugar donde estudie, el lugar donde trabaje.
And stay away from the victim's home at 199 Northeast 9th Street in Homestead, Florida.
Tiene que permanecer alejado de la víctima, de la residencia en el 199 noreste, calle 9 en...
Sorry about that. Trying to get another court pulled up for us here. Let's see. We can go to Judge.
La fiscalía de que haya una.
That's the wrong one. Let's try this one.
Or put this behind me and complete this. Fix this.
And the probation report says you have 3 additional holes right now.
Now, I did want to mention as well, Your Honor, there was the drug testing. So I was incarcerated during that time frame. I was doing drugs. I don't know what if there was a misunderstanding between me and by my probation officer with some testing, because I was testing with Washington County and I had a scram tether on at that time. So I was doing alcohol and drug testing, and then those reports, I'm assuming, I can't remember the conversation I had during the time. Again, my health became so bad between now and then.
What are you incarcerated for right now? What's the holes for?
See, the only hold I have is for the failure to pay, which is in Washington, which was
says there was 3 additional.
And then traffic, the other towards just traffic. So the third one is just the failure to pay, which was the previous issue that I was doing while I was 17, sleeping with this issue, which
Well, your excuse is not that good. You do understand that. I got kind of overwhelmed because I had another case. You're supposed to keep your cases together. This is your course of conduct. You don't have to be doing all these things.
If it wasn't just that, Your Honor, I had this place within my home, and my property. couldn't live in my father's home anymore. So I lost my place of employment. I lost my place of home. My health turned out into dire spiral. I'm not using these as excuses, but these are legitimate things that have happened. I don't know. I know it's an excuse, but that's.
So what are you gonna do to fix it?
Well, I've been regularly attending my doctor's appointments, get my health back in order. I've been actively seeking employment. I want to get this month, so to speak, off my back to complete this. I want to finish the terms of the probation. I don't know if it's up to the prosecutor or to the courts. I know I have done some time recently. I've done about 20 days, and then in addition to that, before that, I was incarcerated. I had did some additional time, so I don't know if that would be adequate to satisfy the courts with this matter. But if a reinstation would be considered, then this is the only thing that I have that's over my head right now that I need to accomplish to that's my biggest feat right now to be able to.
I'm gonna follow this recommendation. Is there anything that people wish to say on this or not?
We are leaving it to the court's discretion.
All right. You didn't get much accomplished, and you came down from a felony charge to this. The original charge was a malicious destruction. Actually, it was a higher misdemeanor. I thought it was a felony, but it was a higher misdemeanor, 200 or more, but less than 1,000. So you came from a 1-year misdemeanor down to a 93-day one, and just couldn't see yourself through it.
It was like it's just that diabetes is not an easy thing to deal with. I've been in and out of the hospital.
Okay, I'm having a hard time hearing this. I'm trying really hard, but it's just terrible.
It was difficult, but now I'm not dealing with as many of those things.
Judge Webster.
Focus on that, but that's my.
And our
Well,
favorite
the sentence of
robotic
the court here
prosecutor
is going to be
will be on in a minute, I think.
60 days in Oakland County Jail will give you a credit for 30 days. You'll still pay your fines that you have been assessed of $1,753 plus $100 in violation costs. Your probation is going to be terminated. We're going to refer this to the collections clerk, and she will send you, no matter if you're out or in. If you're in, they'll just take it from your prisoner account. If you're out, we'll send you a payment plan for what you owe. So you get your job and get together. You still on Carlin Street?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's probably where someone was.
Is there any what is going to be considered that consideration for that's the time because of the time?
Oh, why would I reconsider that?
There was time that I did previously, before that.
Because you only got right now from March the 28th, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and you got 10 days here. So that's 14 days. I gave you credit for 30.
I thought it was more than that. My account manager.
They just arranged you on the 28th for this. March 28th. Before that, we don't know where you were. But I did give you 30 days credit.
Yeah, you're going to have to serve 30 days, dude, and then don't violate parole
So
again.
that would consider some of that other time.
Just seemed like it was different time. Just seemed like it was different time that we could credit.
Here on here. That's the sentence of the court. Good luck.
Good luck.
Next.
All right, this is Judge Webster's court. We've got a couple characters, our clients or customers, lining up to appear in Zoom. Mr. Aguirre is present. I think he's wearing in honor of the Masters. He's wearing a polo shirt, which looks good. So we'll see if we can get him to pop on here. We'll hang out with these two folks for a little while, see if they talk to each other. We did pop in Judge Simpson's court. A lot of the cases are just being dismissed today. The state's not able to proceed. He seems to go through a spate of these all at once. Yes, casual Friday for Mr. Aguirre. It'll be worth waiting for. I'm also in honor of the Masters wearing a little golf shirt, got a little polo going on, little couple buttons and a collar. So let's see. What is everyone's plans for the weekend? as it's this is just about upon us. I'm painting koinobori for my grandchildren in Japan for Children's Day. Wow. That sounds like something that's beyond my stick figure level of painting skills. Sleep, Candace, that is a great option, always. Anyone tried Dorodango? Is that a food or a game? GG, not watching the Masters. I have not watched it either, but, you know, I just do want to give my support. Got markers and coloring books out for the weekend. Laura, that sounds like fun. Doing taxes. Oh. Fran, thank you, but also, why did you have to bring this up? I'm just kidding. I've got to help my kids do taxes. My son arrives back from college tomorrow. I've already helped my oldest son with his taxes. I've got 2 more sons to do taxes with. No, it's important. I need to get it done tomorrow because tax day is coming rapidly. So mine are done already. As a matter of fact, we got a refund. Yay! Where's the party sound? We got a refund, and I've already spent the refund. At least we divided it up, and I've spent my portion. Walking in Doggo and have a wedding shower on Sunday to go to. Hope for good weather for you. That sounds like fun. Have my son this weekend. I'll be doing my live stream and podcast tomorrow, and that's it, says Murder Show. Awesome. Good luck on your podcast. Hope it goes great. It gets a gajillion views. Make a ball with dirt. Very beautiful craft. I did that as a kid, but we just called it playing in the mud. Is it different? It's probably more refined. Let's see. I spent it on 74 new chords. I didn't actually get 74, but I will say I have 12 packages arriving today and like 3 more on Monday. I've actually thought about live streaming the build for my kit. It's completely nerdy, but I could show you how I put it together and what it does. And I can actually, it's built enough right now that I could use the kit to live stream the build of the kit, which is just funny. But I'm missing just a couple parts. Some parts showed up were not the right ones, so I had to send them back and buy new ones. But what place is Tiger Woods in the Masters right now, Josh? I think you're going to get fired for that one. Weather Watch just might reach through the internet and grab you around the neck. Tiger Woods, I think, is in custody for the Masters, which is a not an enviable position. Let's see. I'm sick and plan to spend the day in bed. Twubble, that's the best place to be if you're sick, but I'm sorry that you are feeling poorly. Hopefully you get feeling better soon. Just down to one. Is he sleeping on us? He is. Our good friend here, let me see what his name is. Justin. Justin's catching a little bit of shut-eye. What confidence? What a boss move for Justin. About to face Judge Webster in court. And he's catching a little nap because he's just that relaxed, that confident about his case. What Swazier? I believe Tiger Woods in rehab in Europe. Inpatient. It's almost like custody. Praying to get rain here in the panhandle of Texas. It's so dry here. I heard you guys got, well, panhandle of Texas. You probably got missed. I saw Thomas got some rain a while back. Oh, here we go.
Okay. I'm just going to need real quick breakouts to go over these things with everybody. So could we start with Courtney Allen, Missy?
No Judge Webster? Is Blake the judge? Missy? Yep. Courtney Allen and Blake are, I guess Blake is the attorney. We'll see if Judge Webster's there or if it's somebody else. Recharging the batteries with the power nap. Well, I was at the doctor the other day. They do it's like a TENS unit, but it's a really, really expensive one that does these pulsing cycles and stuff. So I had that on my back. And I went in there and
Nancy, I'll be right back. I got to step away for just a second, but I think we've got all of our cases resolved. And I'm waiting on a piece of information from my office that I just sent a request to Jessica and Arlene.
Okay.
And also, would you check with the jail to see if Jonathan Irving ever went in to get booked and processed as ordered by the court? And if so, if they have a bond sheet that gives a phone number, email address, new address, or anything of that nature?
Yes.
You missing a client, sir? Okay. Anyway, I went in to get my back electrocuted. And while I'm there, she said, where do you want it on your back? Because it's a different nurse that normally does it. So I showed her where I want the zapper. And she's like, do you want to do the other side as well? I'm like, no, I usually just get it on the right. And she's like, how about your lower back? I'm like, sure, throw it on the lower back. And so I'm like hiking my shirt up a little bit so she can get to my lower back. And she's like, okay, this is going to be a little bit cold. And I'm like, I do well with cold temperature. I'm like, I'd scream. It was like frozen. It was not even like ice cubes. This was like dry ice level cold. It was like almost a searing pain. I'm like, how do you get something that cold in a room temperature room like that? But then once she has the little electrode things on me and cranks the pain measure up to where I'm like spasming on the table and twitching around involuntarily, then she's like, is that good? He said, if you need a little bit more, there's a fork you can grab, just jab it in the outlet down there. I like this lady. You can just jab a fork in the outlet.
Okay, can I speak to Albert Williams, please?
Does Blake run the show here? What's going on?
Here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a breakout with you real quick, Albert.
Okay.
Anyway, I did not take the fork method, but
Missy, we still don't have anybody that's ready to go.
There's Judge Webster.
We don't.
Nick ordered the flash forward. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. I'm so excited. Nick,
We only have 3 this morning, I think. So.
Hey, there you go.
I love it.
Well, we have 4, but I think one's failing to appear. So.
FTA. Don't FTA on the judge. I need to actually print some stuff. I need to have my son find a designer.
And then all of the 11 o'clocks were canceled too. So we've had all of our cases have canceled, but these 4.
Yeah, that's correct. Our 11, they've paid.
Well, that's all right.
Or did diversion, so.
Okay, so it wasn't a waste of time. We got something accomplished.
Nice. Yep. Got some money and fill the coffers for the city. I need my son to print some cover plates for a D-type pass-through plate rack plate. I know that's a lot of things, but it's basically a metal sheet with holes in it that I need a plug to fill one of the holes. But I need a bunch of them. I have 24 holes, and I'm only going to use about 12 of them. All right. Have one of those at home for my shoulder. I'm tempted to get one myself. Hello, Judge Webster. Welcome. Where's
And then
Mr.
lastly,
Regier?
if we could do Justin Armstrong, and then we'll be ready to go. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Okay, tell me this. Why do all these attorneys show up in court and then use court time to meet with their clients? Did they not do their job? Or do they all just have new information to share with their client the day of court? Seems like this guy's doing it little too late. Use chewing gum. No, this is like meticulous. This is my artwork. Okay, when it comes to tech, designing the boards and the layout and the cables and everything, this is my artwork. I'm not good at it, and it's a mess of cables, but I promised Regier, where is he? Wait for it. Pretty sure we'll have Mr. Regier here today. right. You can buy those in bags of 10 for like $10. I know, but I was thinking I wanted to print some because then I could print them with like my logo or something on the back. It's always fun to print. Okay, Justin's back. Looks like we're ready to call court. Blake's here.
Okay, Judge, whenever Mr. Dean is ready, I think we can deal with Courtney Allen and Albert Williams right away.
Mr. Dean, we need Mr. Aguirre is what we need. Justin told him to kick rocks. He's like, I got this. I don't need you. I do the dips.
Have you heard from Jonathan Irving this morning or lately, Mr. Cooper?
That was one, Judge, I've been talking to Mr. Dean about. That case is when we took over. He had applied for and been granted diversion. We received a diversion agreement from the county attorney's office in early March, sent that to the last known address, and we got that back in the mail. It was returned. And we haven't, Mr. Dean was going to do some extra digging to see if we could find a phone number, but we don't have any other information, not even an email address for him. So
Okay. Missy, is that the one Mr. Dean asked you about trying to locate some information on a while ago?
Yes, it is, and I've checked with the jail, and he did not come in to be processed.
Okay. We'll deal with that case shortly with the rest of them then.
Everything's arriving today. I just checked my Amazon orders, and I have everything arriving today. That's awesome. 10 more cables there. 2 more there. Excited. Might do a build video. Silly Rabbit, happy Friday to you. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great weekend. Why is he being so rude? He's sort of demanding. He's sort of running the show, but we'll see why. Got seeds coming tomorrow. What kind of seeds? Are you talking like beans and tomato? Well, it's a little late to start tomatoes, honestly. You should have started your tomatoes already. Maybe even a greenhouse. But carrots, peas. Peas are probably supposed to be planted as well. Peas you can plant like almost in the snow. Not too late for tomatoes in Wisconsin. I would start them in a greenhouse if you could, or even just indoors in a bucket, and then transplant them. Get a head start for sure. Garden seeds. I did start tomatoes. We live in Vermont, so we start late. Got a short season. Started my tomatoes last week. Too early to plant in Wisconsin. We still have snow on everything. Sometimes the last of the melting snow is the best water to water some seeds. I think peas are one of those.
I'm back. Sorry, Judge.
You are back.
All right. Are we all ready? Okay.
I think Mr. Dean's here instead of
Missy, I just
Mr.
sent
Aguirre.
you a demand for jury trial. If you'll put them on our next available docket. Our next jury trial docket. I trust they've sent that to the prosecutor. All right, let's see. We'll go on the record now. In the 13th Judicial District, the District Court of Greenwood, County, Kansas, this Friday, April 10 of 2026. Our first person, our 9 o'clock docket, the first section canceled for different reasons, so we're starting the second session, the 10 o'clock session of our docket with Courtney Allen will be on the record in 2026 TR 61. State of Kansas versus Courtney Juanita Nicole Allen. Please announce appearances.
United State of Kansas appeared by and through Assistant County Attorney Paul Ayden.
Your Honor, Blake Cooper on behalf of the defendant, Courtney Allen. She appears in person by Zoom.
Announcements.
Your Honor, on Miss Allen, there's
No,
been
Mr.
an
Aguirre.
agreement reached. Sorry, back to her file. In that regard, Your Honor, Miss Allen does have a valid license at this time. We have verified insurance, therefore the state would be moving to miss count 1, no proof of insurance, but for proof, as well as count 3, speeding. In exchange for that, Your Honor, the state would move to amend the no driver's license charge to a no deal in possession, violation of 8-244.
He's got that diagonal subway tile thing going
fine
on.
recommendation parties would be $100. If she doesn't have any history with that prior offense. Court costs of $108, a booking and processing fee of $45, as well as attorney fees if the court believes that that's appropriate after inquiry. The state would be recommending a 30-day controlling sentence suspended for 6 months of non-reporting probation with the standard conditions of keeping the county attorney's office notified if they change address during that time period, pay and appear as directed, and no new law violations.
That is your agreement, Mr. Cooper?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Allen, that is your agreement?
Yes.
So to count 1, driving without proof of liability insurance, I understand that is being dismissed, that you've provided proof. As to operating a motor vehicle without a valid license, I understand that is being amended to operating without a valid license in your possession pursuant to KSA 8244. How do you plead to that amended charge of driving without your license in possession?
No contest.
By pleading no contest, you're not admitting the amendment, but you're not going to deny it and want to take it to trial. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you to do this or promising you something other than your plea agreement if you do this?
No.
And you understand that if I accept your plea, you will be found guilty, unable to appeal your conviction for driving without your license in possession.
Yes.
All right. I accept the no contest plea as freely and voluntarily, knowingly entered. And Mr. Dean, I presume you have evidence that if this were to go to trial would support this plea and charge?
I do, and I'd also ask the defense, Mr. Cooper, would you also agree that if the evidence contained in the affidavit and narrative and the complaint in this matter were presented unrebutted, then it would create a factual basis for the court to accept the plea?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I just state that Deputy Clint Hansen of the Greenwood County Sheriff's Office was doing standard patrol back on the 5th day of February 2026 in Greenwood County, Kansas, when we made contact with the defendant. Stopped due to a speeding allegation of speeding violation. Identified her to be a driver, or was unable to identify her to be a driver's license because she did not have one in her possession. And all the above occurred in Greenwood County, Kansas.
All right. I find not only the defendant has freely and voluntarily entered this plea, knowing what she's doing, but that the state has provided a factual basis to support it. Therefore, I do find the defendant guilty of amended count 2, violation of KSA 8244, and dismiss the remaining counts on motion of state for plea agreement. I follow the plea agreement for your sentence, Miss Allen. That is a fine of $100, court costs of $108, $45 booking fee, 30-day suspended jail sentence, 6 months non-reporting probation with the conditions that you violate no law, that you pay or appear at the date that I will give you shortly, and that you keep the county attorney and your attorney notified of any change in telephone number, email, address, basically contact information. Now, where do you work, Miss Allen?
I work at Pizza Hut.
And what do you make per month at Pizza Hut?
Lots of pizzas.
I just started this job. I don't know what it's going to be per month yet. I make $10 an hour.
Okay, and where did you work last?
Sonic.
Okay. I am going to waive your attorney fees, but you will have the $100 fine, 108 court cost, 45 booking fee. Did you go over and get your picture taken and your fingerprints taken and make a bond like you were told to do?
She had been in jail, Judge, the last time we were in court, so I'm sure they did all of that while she was in custody.
And I can verify that because I have a Kansas adult disposition report. So
Very good. Okay. I believe that totals about $253. How much time do you need to pay that, Miss Allen?
I don't have the right answer. I could definitely make payments. I can have it paid off within a few months. I'm also on a fine agreement to make payments to another place, and so that's why I say that.
Okay, if I give you 90 days, will that be enough? I can go 120 if you need that.
Let's do the 90.
All right, 90 days. And I'm going to set what's called a pay or appear date. If you don't have it paid in 90 days, then you'll need to be back here in court, and we're going to talk about your probation and your payments and so forth. But if you have it paid, you don't have to come see me again. So, Missy, what do you have for about a 90-day pay or appear?
How about July 17th at 11?
There you go, July 17th at 11 o'clock. If you have it paid by then, you don't have to come back. But if you don't have it paid by then, or if you violate any new laws, I'm going to have you come back too. But if you don't violate any new laws and you have it paid by July 17th at 11, you don't have to come back. Do you understand that?
Okay.
You have any questions about that?
No.
You pay to the clerk of the district court. And I would suggest when you pay, you send a proof to your attorney, a copy of the receipt they'll give you, so he can put that in his file. And is there anything else from either party?
no, I was just going to go over Blake, I don't know if you've been having any issues the way I do these journal entries on the plea and sentencing. Obviously, we just got the case caption, transaction code on that adult disposition. Date we're here, you're appointed, no contest, stipulate to the factual basis. Dismiss count 1 with proof, verified proof by our office. Count 3 is dismissed per plea. Count 2 is amended to no deal in possession, 8/2/44. 30-day controlling sentence on count 2. Suspended for payment of fines within 90 days. 6 months non-reporting probation, 108 court costs, $45 booking and processing fee, attorney fees waived. Count 2, $100 fine is assessed. Conditions of probation, pay or appear within 90, or pay all fines and costs within 90, pay or appear on this date at 11 a.m., which is July 17, 2026. Back page is Peak County Attorney's Office notified of whereabouts and contact, as well as no new law violations.
I approve.
Excellent.
Okay, and then Miss Allen, just on a final note, because every now and then, even though I go through everything and Mr. Dean goes over it again with the journal entry, I'll get someone in here on a probation violation that claims they never knew they were on probation. So I don't think you're that person, but just for good measure, you will be on probation from today for 6 months. And condition 1, don't violate any laws for the next 6 months of any kind. Condition 2, pay or appear by that date that's in your journal entry that we've gone over, July 17th at 11, and keep the county attorney and your attorney informed if you change your contact information. Do you have any questions for me about that?
No, ma'am.
All right, you don't have to see a probation officer, but you are on probation for 6 months. All right, any other questions you have, you can contact your attorney. Otherwise, you can go at this time as you are excused from this hearing. It is concluded. Miss Allen.
Justin is showing off his shirt, and it's a nice shirt. I like it.
Mr. Cooper, are you ready on by chance Armstrong?
Armstrong, we're still waiting on some information. We are ready to go.
Actually, we can go ahead and take that up.
Okay.
Your Honor, I believe we have.
Hang on, let me announce his case number. We're on the record in GW 2025 TR 584, State of Kansas versus Justin Lee Armstrong. Please announce appearances.
Your Honor, City of Kansas appears by and through Assistant County Attorney.
Blake Cooper on behalf of the defendant Justin Armstrong, who appears in person by Zoom.
Your Honor, at this time, we do have, I believe, a plea worked out. However, the state is not in a position where it can proceed with that. We anticipate dismissing count 1 with verified proof of insurance. This is a situation where Mr. Armstrong was operating a vehicle that was not his personal vehicle. Therefore, the insurance company, which is the general, has been reluctant to share information without the policy owner's permission. It's my understanding the policy owner has given that permission, but in speaking with Jessica and Arlene, they indicate that they don't believe it'll be a fast process, even with that having been done. And at times, I almost want a 3-way call. So I'm also going to propose to Mr. Cooper that if you could contact the owner and just see if he could just, because I know they send out these letters at owner's request, if they could just send a letter giving us the status of that policy for the date and time in question, that may be the easiest way to do it.
Sure.
That's what I was advised. They're like,
does that make sense, Justin?
Call, but they're like, they make somebody's like, we don't see it noted anywhere in the system, and they'll try, but
right. No, I definitely understand. Like I said, it was my cousin, so I can definitely get that taken care of. Whatever we need to do, like I said, I know.
Get a letter from the provider that says the insurance was good that date of the ticket, and that date is again
is November.
The stop was on November 13th.
November 13th. Just make sure that they'll write me a letter or write you a letter that you can get to me. That says November 13th. It was good. Okay.
And you might want to make a note of the time, because I've seen people go out and get insurance after the ticket and say, here it was, I had it on this day.
I got it. I know I got it about 8:30 in the morning. That's how I started my morning off.
It was 8:47 a.m.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was first thing in the morning. I was hauling equipment.
I see. Okay.
It was first thing.
So yeah, and they could also, and sometimes they do this. You can just tell them to provide it to Greenwood County Attorney's Office, but one way or another, that would probably be the cleanest.
Okay, good idea, Paul.
Just because people can create things a lot easier today, especially
right, definitely,
and everything else in the world. That's why. Otherwise, we just take the card and say the emailed card and say, "All right, you got insurance. We verified it."
Right.
All right.
World's a lot easier to commit fraud. Just bluntly.
Do you think would May 8th give us enough time? You think?
No. Plus that, Your Honor, that May 8th date, I've talked to Missy about this. I got a conflict I didn't realize I was competing with on that date. So our current settings, I think we're good with. But I'd suggest that we move this to that first date in June, which I think is around the 8th. Well, Missy, what was that first date in June we were discussing?
June 5th.
June 5th, okay.
All right, June 5th, at what time do you want him to come back? If 11, 10? Okay. All right, Mr. Armstrong, this is continued at your request to June 5th, 10 a.m. You must be back here at that date and time. And that will be added to the existing conditions, which will continue on that $2,500 surety bond you posted December 24th. Okay, if there's nothing further, we'll be in recess on Armstrong, or did you want to go over the journal entry, Mr. Dean, in any way?
Blake, you good? But I mean, we'll
just continue. Just be back on June 5th, but give me that letter well in advance, Justin. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'll be working on it today.
Justin,
thank you,
Blake.
Mr. Armstrong. You are excused from today's hearing, as we will be in recess on it.
Let's just call everyone by their first names.
Judge, we're ready to go on Albert Williams as well.
Okay. We are on the record in GW 2025 TR 594, State of Kansas versus Albert Dion Williams. Please announce your absence.
Your Honor, the State of Kansas appears by and through Assistant County Attorney Paul Ayden.
Blake Cooper on behalf of the defendant Albert Williams. He appears in person by Zoom.
Okay, and announcements? Announcements.
Judge. Oh, I'll let Mr. Dean announce.
Okay, let me hit the minute. All right, Your Honor, in regards to Mr. Williams, we have verified insurance was valid at the time and he's renewed his tag. Therefore, the state will recommend for a plea to the basically expired tag for a plea of no contest or guilty to that charge, whatever his preference, that he be assessed a $50 fine, a 15-day controlling sentence. Given the nature of the offense, I'm not requesting a probation time period. He would just be subject to contempt of court proceedings if he didn't comply, or potential suspension of license for failing to comply with the payments, and that we set this over for, and maybe assessed court costs, booking processing fee, court can inquire as to attorney fees, and the matter be set over for a pay or appear.
All right, let me see if I understand that. No jail sentence recommended.
No, 15-day controlling sentence.
Oh, 15,
just
no probation.
Right, because it's just expired tag and he's renewed it, $50 fine with those costs. I'm not asking for the 6-month non-reporting, just a pay or appear, and he can be subject to suspension if he doesn't comply. And the 15-day jail.
Okay, and no fine, but 108 court costs, 45 booking, and then
$50 fine.
Oh, a $50 fine. Okay. All right. Anything further, Mr. Cooper?
Your Honor, we're going to be asking you to waive attorney's fees as well. Mr. Williams has come up with a lot of money recently to register his vehicle and get everything in compliance. And he's going to have a hard enough time paying those other fees. And so we're going to be asking for 120 days to pay and the attorney's fees be waived.
Very well. All right. So, Mr. Williams, as I understand it, count 2, the insurance is being dismissed. So how do you plead to count 1, driving with unlawful registration or expired tag?
Guilty.
And by pleading guilty, you're admitting that you were driving on November 13th, 2025 in Butler County with an expired or tag or unregistered vehicle?
Yes.
Which was it? Just your tag had expired or you hadn't had a chance to register it?
Yes.
Which one?
I haven't had time to register.
You didn't have time to register it, so it was unregistered. Okay. And of course, it wouldn't have had a tag if it wasn't registered. And this driving was on a highway in Butler County?
Greenwood, Your Honor.
Greenwood County.
Greenwood? You know which highway in Greenwood you were?
Judge, we would acknowledge a factual basis here.
All right.
Stipulate to the
Okay,
facts.
well, I will. Is anyone making you enter this plea today, Mr. Williams?
No.
My lawyer.
You understand you're giving up your right to a trial and will be convicted?
Yes.
All right. Then I accept your guilty plea as knowingly and voluntarily entered. I find you guilty of count 1, unlawful registration or expired tag, and dismiss count 2, the insurance for plea agreement on motion of the state. You will have a $50 fine, $108 in court costs, $45 in booking fee, but I will waive the attorney fees of $250. And I will give you 120 days to pay. Now, if you have that paid within 120 days, you won't have to see me again, but Missy, when's his pay or appear?
It will be August 14th at 11.
August 14th, did you say?
Yes.
So you must be back here August 14th at 11 if you have not paid. If you've paid your money to the clerk of the district court or online or paid it in any other way authorized, then you won't have to be back. If you're not paid, you have to be back here August 14th, and we'll discuss why you haven't paid and whether or not your jail sentence of 15 days will apply. Any questions about that, sir?
No.
Okay, now, again, contact the clerk of the district court so she can tell you how the different ways to pay it, whether to mail it in, pay in person, or use online.
Okay.
Okay. All right, anything further, Mr. Cooper?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Dean?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Williams, you're excused from today's hearings as we'll be in recess. You may go. And then that brings us to Mr. Irving. We will be on the record in GW 2025 TR 639, State of Kansas versus Jonathan T. Irving. Please announce appearances.
State of Kansas, period, by Assistant County Attorney Paul Dean.
Your Honor, Blake Cooper on behalf of Jonathan Irving, the defendant in this matter. Mr. Irving does not appear.
Bench warrant.
Mr. Dean?
Missy, were you able to get any of that information from the jail to determine whether or not that he had been booked and processed?
I did call them and he has not showed up to be booked and processed.
Your Honor, this is a situation where the court had previously ordered Mr. Irving to be booked and processed to post an OR bond. That's not occurred. Mr. Irving has been, he apparently did, I'll make sure I've got the correct reference here. He did apply. It did take the time to apply for and was approved for a diversion, which has been provided to Mr. Cooper, but apparently Mr. Irving has not kept everybody advised of his current address. So a little bit at a loss what to do with him. Was a no proof of insurance case. Looks like he's got a valid driver's license and no prior history. But I'm afraid under the circumstances, I don't know what else to do besides issue request a bench warrant.
Anything further, Mr. Cooper?
Well, Your Honor, I would just, for the record, request a continuance. I understand the practicality in these matters. What I would say, Judge, is this is a case I took over from Mr. Paw. He had already applied for and been approved for diversion basically by the time I got involved. We did receive a copy of the diversion agreement from the county attorney's office sometime in early March. And we sent that out to the last known address we had for Mr. Irving, which was in Wichita. And it was returned to us on March 10 as undeliverable. I don't have an email address for him. I don't have a mailing address. I don't have a phone number. And I wish I did, because as Mr. Dean, acknowledge, he's gone through some, he's jumped through some hoops here. So it's a little inexplicable, but that would be my request, Judge.
Bond forfeiture ordered, bench warrant ordered, new bond $500 cash required.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask that we make that $758 cash.
All right, $758 cash it will be.
I will take care of the diversion fee, Mr. Cooper.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Which reminds me, I want to go back to one of our gentlemen that we've excused and bring up a point. Which one was that? Was it Williams? One of them had a cash bond. And Chief
That was
Judge,
Williams, I believe.
it was, you're right. Chief Judge Rickey has ordered that cash bonds automatically go towards payment of cost and then refund to the defendant, which would basically negate the need for a pay or a peer. If you could talk to your client, Mr. Cooper, and let him know that, or send him a note that Judge Rickey has ordered that in all cash bonds that the payments come first. So we'll just take that out of the cash bond, Mr. Dean.
Okay, I guess
I used to
Cooper's
ask.
client doesn't even recall that, or he might have said, take the cash bond and give me a refund and I'll be done with you guys.
Yeah, I didn't. It didn't even occur to me, and he didn't mention it. So I'm sorry about that. I wish.
Well, I heard the ding and I checked it, and then I forgot about it as the hearing went on, and then it came back to me in this case that he had posted that. I used to ask the defendants, is that okay with you? But Judge Rickey has just made it a local rule that they don't have any say in it, as I understand it. As I understand it. I may be mistaken, but that's
Okay. I will have, we will get a hold of him right away and let him know that that'll probably be a relief to him, frankly.
Yeah.
It usually
like a good-
seems to.
Sounds like a good policy to me, or at least helps clear up some stuff on our docket at times.
Yeah.
And on the defendants too. So
Yep,
it seems to work out good for everyone. All right. Thank you, folks. I believe that's the last one, isn't it, Missy, on the docket?
That's all I have.
Judge,
Anyone
I need
else?
to double check. I take it Mr. Brewer apparently already paid and he's been already removed.
I think that was Rochelle Brewer, maybe. Is that right?
I showed Ronnie Brewer for.
Ronnie Rochelle. Okay. Ronnie Rochelle says canceled, but yeah, if you want to check that, go ahead.
And then
Yep. They took diversion.
Juliana Euler. Oh, I think Eller. That diversion's already been filed, I believe. Is that what you're showing on Eller? Juliana Eller?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Record completion date or time to this morning.
Yes. Thank you both.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
We missed Regeer,
Thank you.
but
Both of you.
thank you,
Thank
Mr. Dean.
We are adjourned.
All right, now we're adjourned. My packages are 3 stops away. I'm watching the van drive around on the Amazon website. It's nearby. It's across the street and around the corner. So all my packages are about to be here, except for one, which comes on Monday. It's weird because it's like only 2 cables. Let's see. Couple things. We're awaiting the beginning of the Shelby Nealy trial or hearing, sentencing hearing, which is supposed to start in about an hour and a half. I'm thinking maybe we could possibly go to do an early lunch and come back for the hearing. That way we'd have a portal for the afternoon, so we'd be coming back, and we could be all rested and ready to go for the sentencing. And I'll be able to go out and get my packages and open them all. I'm sorry. That's the true reason. That's the true reason. I want to get my packages. You can track your packages. Yeah, I'd show you. It would give away addresses and stuff, but I can literally see there's a little, I'll show you this much. You can see right here. Like this little dot right here that's moving. That is the Amazon van. You can see it driving around the streets. Like it'll stop and then it will keep going. It will turn. It will navigate. It will say it's 3 stops away. It's about to turn right here in just a minute. See, it just goes around the corner. Oh, no, he went around the other way. Went around the U. He's headed up. He's headed back up the other way. So yeah, I can, when you go to Amazon and click on your track your package, when it's close, like when it's about to be delivered, if it's the Amazon truck that's doing the delivery, you can do it. If it goes through the U.S. Postal Service, then no. But it's fun to watch. So you like the packages more than hanging? Josh, it's not that. It's not that. It's that the packages are helping me build a better system that we can then use for the channel. And the fact that as soon as the parts are here, I can put everything together and get it off Mrs. R.A.'s kitchen counter, and that will make her happy. So it's all part of the Amazon experience. So let's build the portal. Let's do that first. If we come back in 1 hour 15, that would put us 12:15. That'll give us time before court starts. We're going to schedule. When was Shelby Nealy? That was a long time ago. I'll have to look for. Sentencing. Not sentencing. Okay. Live chat replay, turn on subscriber mode. No slow mode, visibility for 12. It's going to be 1:15, so when we come back, that'll be just in time. I think the van's here. Trial was over in July, end of July last year. It's a long time ago. I don't know why the delay took so long on the sentencing. PSIs and all. I guess the judge had to read his book first. had it drive just in front of the entrance to campground, and then I get a notice that it's delayed and will get delivered next day. No. That's why I'm going to be out there. I'm like, hey, I see you. Stop. I need what you have. All right, we're going to go to lunch. We're going to be back with the Shelby Nealy sentencing, which possibility of death penalty recommended by the jury, as a matter of fact. So that's going to be interesting to see what the judge decides here, if he has options at all. Portal has been created. Let me just check and see if we can actually add a Shelby Nealy thumbnail. That's not it. There we go. We've actually got a thumbnail from before. It's all ready to go. All right, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at them, and make their day just a little bit better, especially if they get Amazon packages delivered today. And please stay safe until you go live. We go live again in about an hour and 15 minutes for the sentencing of Shelby Nealy. Terrible, terrible case. Crazy, crazy defendant. We'll see what the judge says. If death penalty or if it's life without parole. All right, we'll see you guys after lunch. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?